Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel where we dive headfirst into the murky waters of politics with the grace of a three-legged rhino on a tightrope. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of trade deficits, tariffs, and the Trumpian interpretation of numbers. Yes, folks, we're talking about the one and only President Donald J. Trump and his unique approach to international commerce. Now, let's paint a picture here. Imagine a world where numbers are like rubber bands, flexible, stretchy, and sometimes snap to fit the narrative. In this world, President Trump has been a maestro, orchestrating a symphony of figures that make us scratch our heads in awe and bewilderment. So grab your popcorn, because this is going to be a wild ride. First up on our numeric adventure is our friendly northern neighbor, Canada. Now, President Trump, in his infinite wisdom, has proclaimed that the United States has a colossal $200 billion trade deficit with Canada. That's right, $200 billion. But hold your horses, because the newly released federal statistics have a slightly different story to tell. According to the Department of Commerce, the actual 2024 deficit with Canada in goods and services was a modest $35.7 billion. Yes, you heard that right. Just a smidgen off from Trump's claim. But hey, who needs precision when you can have pizzazz, right? And if we focus solely on goods, the deficit was $70.6 billion. Still not quite the Trumpian figure, but who's counting? Moving south of the border, we enter the land of tacos and tequila, Mexico. Here, President Trump has boldly declared a $350 billion deficit. The reality, however, is a tad more down to earth. The 2024 deficit with Mexico in goods and services trade was $179 billion. It's almost as if reality is playing a game of limbo, trying to see just how low it can go compared to Trump's lofty proclamations. And let's not forget China, the land of dragons and trade tensions. According to President Trump, the U.S. deficit with China is a staggering $1 trillion. Yes, you read that right. A trillion with a T. But in the real world, the deficit in goods and services for 2024 was $263 billion. A hefty sum, no doubt, but still a far cry from Trump's mythical trillion-dollar figure. Finally, we arrive at the European Union, that grand alliance of croissants and lederhosen. Trump claimed a $350 billion deficit here, but the actual number was $161.1 billion. That's still a substantial figure, but perhaps not quite the towering behemoth Trump described. Now, folks, I must say, there's something almost endearing about Trump's approach to these numbers. It's as if he's living in an alternate reality where every exaggeration is a badge of honor. It's a world where facts are mere suggestions and hyperbole reigns supreme. But let's pause for a moment. Amidst all this numerical gymnastics, there's a method to the madness. By inflating these figures, Trump justifies his tariff policies and paints a picture of America under siege from foreign competitors. It's a strategy that has resonated with many of his supporters who see him as a champion of American jobs and industry. Of course, the truth is that trade deficits are complex beasts influenced by myriad factors, from consumer demand to currency values, and yes, even presidential policies. But in the world of Trump, simplicity is king, and a good storyline beats a boring fact any day. Before we wrap up, here's a little shout out to you, our wonderful viewers. If you're enjoying this satirical stroll through the Trumpian landscape, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support keeps us going, and we promise to keep delivering the news with a side of humor. Now, I have a question for all of you. What do you think about President Trump's handling of trade deficits? Are his exaggerations justified, or should we be sticking a bit closer to the facts? Let us know in the comments below. We can't wait to hear your thoughts. In conclusion, whether you love him or loathe him, there's no denying that President Trump has a unique way of viewing the world. His approach to trade deficits is but one example of his larger-than-life persona that has captivated the nation and the world. So, until next time, keep your calculators handy and your sense of humor close, because in the world of politics, you never know what numbers might come next. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay entertained. See you in the next video.